Hey guys, and welcome to Visa Nation. So I'm back. It feels like it's been ages. It was my birthday like on Tuesday the 13th of December, and I just feel like I've just grown. I just feel like I've kind of learnt a lot over the last like few months, this whole year in general, but especially like the last 3 months. Basically I've been really trying to figure out how to make the most of life, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like loads of things are kind of cliches, and there are loads of quotes that we all hear, and obviously as I'm a Christian, there's so many like scriptures, but applying it to our own lives like effectively and kind of systematically, like how to win at life. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, so I've just been kind of listening to a lot of kind of motivational kind of speakers, especially Terri Savelle, and I just love her talks. They're just 10-minute talks. I'm going to link her channel below. Loads of stuff that she's saying, basically, my mum has been just saying for a long time. My mum is so wise, and she's just so inspirational, and she's just so motivated. But I think you kind of have to apply things for yourself, and when you're ready to do that, then I feel like it all works for you. So anyway, I was supposed to keep this, you know, to the point. But anyway, so I'm just going to go through like really quick things that I've learned over the last few months that have really helped me, and this is going to be really quick. I'm not going to go too in depth about it, but I will do separate videos on different things because you know, it's helpful. If I learn, you know, I can help somebody else. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is take responsibility for where your life is now, or how your life is now. So I find that we all have different stories. We all have different things that we're going through, that we've been through. Some people have had really hard lives. Some people have had relatively easy lives. But I feel like it doesn't matter what happens, life has its own challenges, and it's up to us as individuals to figure out how we let these events and things affect us and the rest of our lives. You know, there are some people who have had the most horrific things happen to them, yet they are successful, they are positive, they are joyful, and they are, yeah, just a joy to be around. And there's some people who haven't had those things happen and they're just miserable, but it's all to do with the mind and how we approach it. And the first step is to realize that, okay, the situation I'm in now, I may not have caused it, but I am responsible for how it affects me. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain decisions that we make, and again, this is kind of vague. I hope you kind of get what I'm saying, because I feel like that's a whole separate video in itself. But just first of all, take responsibility. So if you are unhappy with life, you've got to decide, that's it, I need a change, and figure out what those steps are to make those changes. And I will share in another video the steps that I've made. It's all about our daily routines and stuff. Gratitude, being grateful for what you have. And I know it's so kind of cheesy. I remember this actor, Bradley Cooper, and he was in an interview and he was saying how like, every morning he like lists things that he's grateful for, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was like, who has time? But now that's what I do every day, and like literally, what's the saying? Gratitude is a magnet for success. So when you are grateful, you obviously become more positive because you put a positive spin on everything. And I've been practicing this, and basically the other side of that is to stop complaining. If you want your life to change, you have to stop complaining about stuff. And I was like queen of complaining. It's almost like sometimes you can have bad habits that kind of seep into your personality, like they become like, oh, that's my sense of humor, but it's not, it's being negative. And I had to learn to stop complaining about stuff and just do it, like sort it out myself, or just kind of figure out how I can live with it. So I'll give a really quick example. Like my shower has been doing my head in for so long because it just started changing temperature suddenly, and I just was like, it goes from lukewarm to extreme hot to freezing to burning hot, and I was just like, you know, like obviously when you're having a shower and you keep burning yourself, it's like the most annoying thing. And its temperature is like kettle, like a boiling point. It's not like hot, it's like, because I can take hot water, this is like burn my skin off hot. And you know, every time, instead of complaining, I'd be like, oh my god, and I'd just be like, thank you Lord that I have water, literally. And I'd be like, I'm so grateful that I have access to clean water, that I can have showers, that I get to, because I think water is amazing anyway. And I was like, I'm grateful that I have water, like, and I had to approach it like that. And then since then, literally, it doesn't happen anymore. As soon as I do the shower, it works perfectly. And I just feel like when you're grateful for what you have, God will appreciate it and he gives you more. And if you're grateful for what you don't even have yet, but you're believing for, he appreciates it even more. Be careful what you say. The words that you speak are so powerful. They have the power of life and death. And you can break someone to pieces, or you can build somebody up with your words. And the same goes for yourself and your life. If you're always negative about yourself is hearing this. It's like your subconscious is hearing, your body is hearing, and life is responding to what you say. So you've got to be careful what you say. You've got to watch your mouth. You've got to be positive. Treat yourself well. Speak well of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Another thing is, this is one thing that I've been doing, and it's stay away from people who don't celebrate you. And I know we all know this, but sometimes we get in situations where we hang out with people who don't make us feel great. I feel like sometimes you can just let yourself be around people who are just not, they just don't make you feel good. And even if they don't make you feel terrible, like they're not bullying you or whatever, but there's just something that doesn't make you feel great when you're with them. Don't hang around with people who make you feel bad about yourself, who make you feel like you're not enough, who make you feel like you are not great. Like, hang out with people who celebrate you, who appreciate you, who see your good qualities. You know, it's not that you may dislike me, but I just don't feel like you like me. Why are we hanging out? I'm the kind of person who I can hang out with anyone, and I like people, and I'm not really that kind of cliquey, and I'm not really, yeah, I like human beings. I like females, I like guys. I think we're all kind of interesting. I like different groups of people, but if you make me feel like, I don't know, if I just get a weird vibe, or just everything I say, like, even you can hang out with people and sometimes they just ignore you every time you speak, no one's listening. Don't be around that. Don't let people make you feel bad about yourself. And the second part of that is to be a 10 in your head, because there are going to be times when some people are going to make you feel like you are nothing, and you have to tell yourself, I'm a 10. You have to be like, do you know what, I'm awesome. Like, and every time somebody says something, anytime somebody tries to compare you to somebody else, anytime somebody says something shady that you know means something else, you have to cut it off straight away. You have to counteract that. Imagine somebody tries to insult you or says something and you're like, I don't care, I'm a 10. Like, they would hate it so much if you just said that. But it's for your benefit. It doesn't matter if you come across arrogant. It matters if you are arrogant. Don't be arrogant. Don't think you're better than anyone. But you've got to know your own worth in your head. You've got to be like, I'm a 10. Like, I'm amazing. And it doesn't mean that somebody else isn't amazing. It doesn't mean that somebody else is belittled because you are raising yourself up. But you have to know your worth, because there are going to be so many instances where you're going to be made to feel like you are not that great, you're not that important, you're not worth all the whatever you get, you're not that talented, that you're not that attractive, and you have to say, I don't care, I'm a 10. Literally, just block it off, block out negativity. The last thing I wanted to say is on forgiveness. Again, I feel like this is a whole separate video, but just quickly, like I said at the beginning of this video, some people have gone through so much crap, and a lot of people have been victims, and it's due to somebody else. Somebody else has done something and you feel like it's affected the rest of your life. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't matter what's happened to you, and I'm not belittling what's happened. I'm just telling you that regardless of what's happened, it does not affect your future. You get to decide how your story ends. You get to decide how everything pans out for you. You get to decide the end of your story. It's up to you. Whatever that person did, it does not affect the end of your story. You've got to take control of your life. And unforgiveness blocks you from having control. It literally immobilizes you, it paralyzes you, it will make you stagnant, it will make you bitter, it will make you unhealthy, it will make you ill, it will make you miserable if you don't forgive. And it doesn't mean you let that person back in your life, and it doesn't mean you're like, oh, what they did was cool. No, it's about you. It's about you feeling like you can finally breathe, like you can finally live this life, and you can move forward because you are not dragging into the past every time, thinking about every time you hold on to unforgiveness, you are letting this person into your life, and you're letting the past hold you and hold you back, and you cannot be successful and you cannot succeed if you are not forgiving. And when I say forgiveness, you have to also forgive yourself. You have to, like, so many times we can torture ourselves over things that we've done, things that we've said, stupid things that we've done in the past. And especially me as a young person, my regrets stem from like when I was a child, and I have to say, like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know better. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I will still hold myself accountable to my standards now, even though I didn't have those standards then, and I didn't know better then. It's like, you know better, so do better. Do you know what I mean? So you have to realize that when you hold yourself and you're like upset about something you've done, and you're just like, you're holding on to it, and every time, like, some people get their like flashbacks at night, I started getting them every time I had a shower. So every day at the same time, I would get like, oh, do you remember when you did this? Do you remember when you said that? And I'd be like, oh my gosh. And then you just spend ages trying to make yourself feel better about something that you didn't mean to do, or you were stupid when you did or said. And you just need to let it go. Let it go. Forgive yourself. You need to try and let it go. Let go of the past. The past will hold you back if you let it. And yeah, it's all about new year, new life, assess and move on. I feel like we need to go into 2017 on a high and positive, and not go around the same kind of circles, the same problems re-emerging, the same things that triggering depression, triggering disappointment, triggering hopelessness. We have to move forward. We have to be better. We have to be bolder. We have to be happier. I really hope this video has been helpful to somebody. Please comment below if you have anything you want to say regarding any of the points I made, or you want to contribute your own points as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Yeah, and subscribe. Also, it's really annoying that I have to ask, but if you're subscribed to this channel, there is like a symbol that you have to press, and that alerts you to my videos, because apparently being a subscriber is not enough. YouTube want you to now say I've subscribed, but I also want to be notified. It's like ridiculous. But if you don't click that, you're not going to know when I upload videos, and that would be bad for me, for you, for us. Okay guys, thank you so much. Be bold, and I'll see you in my next video.
Myself and Gwyneth, we're just going to do some peculiar look that looks fabulous. And this is going to make you look fabulous. All this action. Copy exactly as I do right now. Yes, now look there. Look to the side. Stroke your hair. Drives the men wild.